Yes, now bless now people. Don't forget the rest now. Des at King of the Pit TV signing in live and large once again. Yo, for the first time ever, we're going to dive into this entire record. It's entitled Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. Is that how it's pronounced? By Dimmu Borgir. I was very scared to call this band Dimmu Borgir in the last video, purely as I didn't know how it's pronounced, but someone, a fortunate commenter, said it's pronounced Borgir. So if I'm wrong, you can blame them, okay? So Dimmu Borgir, this is the record Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. This is the full album. We're going to go through every single tune here, bar Indoctrination, because I've already done a video on that, okay? So we're going to be bypassing that song. And how long is Fear and Wonder? It's too long for me to fuss. So Fear and Wonder's the intro track, but I've done a video on that as well, accidentally thinking it was a proper tune. So we're going to jump straight in. This tune is entitled, and I've not heard this before, I've not heard any of these tunes you're going to hear today, Blessings Upon the Throne of Tyranny. King of the Pit TV, let's jump straight in. Sounds like the Black Dahlia murder. Still sounds like the Black Dahlia murder. Which is hard. So good, they had to throw an echo on there and have that last a little longer. Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you, them triplets are fast. That's really hard to play tight. Yo, they must have a... I was gonna say a thin guitar pick, but you need something sturdy to really dig into them. Raise your heart goblets to the gods of metal. Come on, people. Quite a jolly melody. Boom, ba da boom, ba da boom. Oh, a few gang chants, I'm going back on them. That's a good hook. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't hear the words they said, but that's a good hook. I like the melody. This band is quality. Yo, who's the drummer in this band? Does he perform in any other bands, or does she perform in any other bands? Because them blast beats are super tight. You hear that machine gun turret there. I don't even know what was going on there. There's definitely a double kick, but it sounded like toms as well. What's the drummer doing there? Is he hitting the toms at the same time as the double kick? Yo, sorry to keep pausing in regards to this drummer, but you just hear him riding on the cymbals now. Wow, the riffs are great. The melodies are fantastic. We're only 5 minutes in. Didn't even listen to the first 2.5 minutes. The guitar riffs are great. They're not just riffs. They're the melodies all over the place. The vocals are brilliant in my opinion. Okay, I really like the highs. I haven't heard too much of the lows at this point, or at least I've not been factoring in the lows because they've not been as high intensity. But them highs, really good. And the drummer just blows me away. The drummer really blows me away. Is there somebody on keys in this band, or is this samples live? Oh. Wow, how good of a sound is this? This is just like a mystical, dismal wall. Wow, that guitar lead is brilliant. If that synth wasn't there, creating this mystical, magical aura around this instrumental, this would just be a heavy breakdown. But them synths create this mystical, dark, fairy scene, this incredible imagery. Let me know, does this band use someone on keys live? Is it a proper person in the band? Because I was very upset watching Winter Sun's live rehearsal and seeing that they were all just like half of the driving force of this band and Winter Sun, well, this band as of so far, was the keys and the melodies produced by, you know, the synths and the pianos of any sorts. And they didn't even have a member on the keys live. And I just thought, what's going on? You need them. You need them. Because whoever is programming, if not playing the keys, is absolutely magical with their fingers. What's happening right now is absolutely incredible. If there is a person on keys in this band, and this sounds ridiculous because audio wise, we hear somebody on keys, but as far as putting them in a live position, all these metal bands don't want to throw a keyboard in because they need to keep up appearances. But you know, this person on the keys might be overtaking the drummer as far as the most impressive in my eyes. I like these metalcore-esque riffs, the pedal chug and just throw in them little higher register notes on the upper strings, creating that melody. I'm a big fan of that style of riff. Badass. You hear that little outro there? Just going the extra mile to put forward how incredible at their craft they are. They didn't need to throw in the extra riff at the end. That was brilliant. The title of that track was Blessings Upon the Throne of Tyranny, and it's the real first tune they have on this record, entitled Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. Misanthropia, perhaps? Really good. And we're going to get onto this next tune right now. So, you know who it is. There's at King of the Pit TV listening to the entire Dimmu Borgir record, bar the song we've heard already, which has been Indoctrination. This next tune I've never heard before. It's entitled Blessings Upon the Throne of Tyranny. By the looks of things, we've definitely got a lengthy tune on the go. So let's get straight into it. One love, people. King of the Pit TV. I must have used the wrong title. I apologise. Kings of the Carnival Creation. Let's get straight into it. Kings of the Carnival Creation. Yes! And let the wind brush over you as you breathe in. And ever so slowly release the negative energy. All the negative vibrations are released upon each and every out-breath. Feel yourself fall. Ignorant breakdown. Yo, why did I get into this thinking this was just like a black metal band? Yo, some of these riffs are crushing. Does this band dress up live? Do they put like corpse paint on, like, or face paint or battle paint or whatever you'd want to call it, and wear like spiky jackets and stuff? Yo, it sounded like ZZ Top on Nickelback Rockstar right then. What do you want? Great contrast between the blazing blast beats and the creaky door of a riff. The haunted rocking chair of a riff. Yo, split with the Cure. Split record with the Cure. Yo, this is the best riff I've heard on this record so far. This is a proper video game rock and roll. This is incredible. Why does it sound like Turnstile? Yo, if I was at a show and I heard this riff, I'd be moshing. I'd get my dancing shoes on straight away. Like a swooping, windy whoosh in that. Getting back to that heavy as hell crushing breakdown with a little bit of tapping madness on top. Oh, this is like Van Halen shredding over a deathcore breakdown. Or basically deathcore, let's be fair. That's a very deathcore tapping riff. Yo, this is a deathcore band. Nah, it's not really, it's not really. Come on. Them lows were crushing. Was that the actual vocalist or was that a guest voc? Sounds like Winter Sun. Oh, these vocals are fantastic. Yo, I'm not even going to get started on them chokes I just heard on the drums. Nice melodic solo has kicked in. Very tasty. This band can play sweet when they want to. This band can play in a very romantic fashion when they want to. It's brilliant how they don't have to rely on just being crushingly metal all the time. Them trills. Very mature solo. Ooh. Synth is providing a seesaw between two notes. As the lead instrumentalist does their thing. Back to the Cure, Robert Smith, the best riff going. Where's the pit? Side to side, front to back. If you're not moshing, you got a headbang. So good. Kings of the carnival creation. No, them drums are ridiculous. The lead guitar, which I've considered a couple of times prior, sounds almost like a violin. Wow. 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 The drummer is nuts. The blast beats are out of this world. Really good. That was Kings of the Carnival Creation, people, from the record Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia by Dimmu Borgir. I'm really enjoying this record. Um, that one in particular had one of my favourite riffs. Oddly enough, the riff was unlike anything I've heard off of this record so far. It was almost punk in fashion, very driving. You'd be able to hear Blondie sing a great song over the top. Yes, now, blessed now. Don't forget the rest now. Just had to have a little clip out, yeah, because the tune that followed was Hybrid Stigmata, The Apostasy. I apologise in advance. I've done a reaction to that video. I got recommended that one by one of my followers, so check the catalogue if you want to check that one out. Without further ado, we're bypassing that. We've got Architecture of a Genocidal Nature. Jeez. Here we go. King of the Pit TV, first time listening. Okay, we got another, but that was like a thrash metal style riff, wasn't it?
Let me show you how to
push party style riff. One to get the crowd moving up. Isn't it incredible how even though the music is very extreme, you still do hear the elements of heavy metal of both the 70s and the 80s, just in regards to some of the rhythms and grooves. There might just be like an excessive double kick or like tremolo pick thrown on there, but the foundation still remains. I love the branch of sound they create purely as, you know, as good as they are as musicians. We have all heard the blast beats now. We have all heard, you know, the grimness of the vocal, and we have all heard, you know, how heavy the guitars can play and how melodic they can play. So when they dumb it down, well, they don't even dumb it down, but when they dry it out into a clean tone, they rid of the distortion, they let the keys have time to shine with a nice little clear melody. The instrumental works with clarity. It really does create an incredible contrast which most metal bands can't create because they daren't go into that space. So I really do appreciate that from this band. How much do you reckon Dimmu Borgir are getting paid per show? Do you reckon you could book Dimmu Borgir for $5,000? I don't know what to think about them grim vocals. Well, the grim effect on the vocals, the sort of like satanic. Don't know what to think about them. I don't think I like them much. Seems like filler, really. Grim frog vocals. Great croak on them. Great verging on a gurgle on the vocals. Just pushing a creaky door, basically. Very nice. Takes you on a journey to these bits. Very mystical, very magical. Bruh, that almost sounds edited in. That's so crazy. That sounds like that sounds like this guy's gone on on Guitar Pro. Right, we're going emo now. This is straight up crust punk emo. Sounds like leftover crack. Sounds like folk punk. Yo, this sounds like a band, but what? Oh, this, I can't put my finger on. This sounds like something. Would you call that a swing on the drums? Could play some good blues music to what that drummer's doing. Hear that bass guitar then. Ooh. Heavy metal again, heavy metal. There's definitely a paranormal factor to the tone and the melody the keys are playing right now. Very spooky, almost Halloween-esque. Is this basically a Slayer riff? Oh. Nah, it's not really Slayer, is it? But it's heavy metal. The in-between sections are thrash, but that doom heavy metal as well. This band has got such a indirect heavy metal influence which just seeps through a lot of their riffs and sections. What bands have influenced Dimmu Borgir, if you are aware? Cool. That was Architecture of a Genocidal Nature. What did you think to that? I thought that was good. At this point, unless there's a ridiculously slow bit, like a real heavy breakdown section, most of the more extreme distorted areas kind of sound alike at this point, although what differentiates each tune is how they choose to utilize not only the keyboards but the lesser dynamic sections, the dried out, quieter, more acoustic, more direct areas of the song, if you know where I'm coming from, right? But let's get straight on to the next tune, okay? I'm gonna have to drag myself over here for a second. What have we got going on next? Alright, we got Puritania. Okay, it seems like a relatively short thing. This might be an interlude, okay? Leading into a tune I'm not going to do because I've already done this. I've already done Indoctrination. So this is Puritania. Let's see what's going on. A little bit of distortion. Static. Yo, as I always say, if this was hardcore, there'd be spin kicks kicking off right now. What riff is going to kick in? There's got to be a riff. Ignorant. I didn't know Dimmu Borgir would come with these breakdowns, man. I bet you didn't expect him to go lower. Okay, I didn't expect that. That was ridiculous. That was so groovy. And that was just a straight up ignorant mosh track, bro. Obviously, people aren't really going to be kicking off at Dimmu Borgir because it's full of metalheads, but yo, if a few, few proper moshes went down there, yo, that's reckless. That tune, that's such a good groove. Anyway, moving on. That was Puritania. Okay, we're gonna bypass this tune. Well, we might have a little to here potentially. We're gonna skip Indoctrination, and we're gonna get onto the Maelstrom Mephisto. From there, we got we got 4 more tunes, I think. So we'll bypass that, and what we'll do is we'll say, boom! King of the Pit TV once again. Listening to the entire record, Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. Let's get straight into it, people. I've just clicked an advertisement. I don't want Shopify. It might be good for some people, but I don't think I'll have much use for it. This is the Maelstrom Manifesto. The Maelstrom Mephisto. You tell me, people. These metal bands use so many big words. I don't think they use it in the general conversation. I don't know why they need to do that. Is it a bit pseudo-intellectual? You tell me. Let's get on with the tune. King of the Pit TV. First time listening. Alright, we got an ad, but we started off with a and I'm quite pleased with that. Quite pleased with that indeed. Intel Evo. Trying to sell me a computer. No thank you. I don't know anything about computers.
You're pretty.
I'm sorry, people. This isn't an advertisement video, and I'm getting quite tipsy. Here we go. Has anyone in this band got long hair? Because I imagine this is a bald head band, innit? Some of the best blast beats in the game. I mean, a lot of this might be studio magic, but as far as what I can hear, these blast beats are incredibly pleasing. Quite a hardcore punk riff, this. On a crossover sort of tip, such as the Cro-Mags and so forth. Bar the double kick drum. Oh! Sorry to interrupt, I love them trills. It's so tight, over and done within a millisecond, but it's just pristine, ever so tight. Reminds me of the deathcore band that as Blood Runs Black. They did a lot of riffing like that. Oh, this is when you're just getting hyped up to get that heavy personal record on the bench press. Get this bit on and you're just waiting for that riff or whatever comes in to kick in. high there in the register. Oh. Is the front man also playing the guitars at the same time? Because I'm guessing by the vocal patterns and the cadences as to when he performs the lyrical, he's also playing an instrument. I can't see him just standing alone. Please let me know. I did watch Dimmu Borgir live video reaction, but the vodka's gone straight to my head. It's like a guitar solo in the background. Ooh. Very nice. So I've seen a pattern emerge on this record. They like to reprise one of the riffs just for a couple of bars right at the end before calling it a day and bringing it out. And that gives them a little something over most metal bands who just kill it. And I do that. I just kill it dead. But this band just puts that extra little bit of effort in just to sort of bring back a hook, an instrumental hook from the song, and then just kill it dead. And what that influences is you to think, you know what, that was a good riff. I'm going to have to press replay. That was a great tune. That was Dimmu Borgir, the Maelstrom Mephisto. Let's move on to the next track, people. Let's go. You know it. Getting straight back into it. Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia, the entire record. Bar a couple of tunes, which I've got videos of in the catalogue. Dimmu Borgir, King of the Pit TV, Des, at Des Rocksteady. Let's go straight into it. The next tune is entitled Absolute Soul Right. Let's see what I think. Let's go. A lot of their riffs and melodies have this heavy metal sway. Dun, 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 dun. The only addition is an incredible high intensity double kick. I'm surprised that the album artwork actually got through YouTube's censorship algorithm. I would say there was a lot of correlation in between this band and the Black Dahlia Murder as far as their sound goes. Especially the riffing and them high vocals. Not necessarily what's going on now, because he's got a higher frequency, like a grim vocal, but it's not like the shriek he can do. Ooh. Sounding almost crossover at this point. The drummer has got some feet on him. Sounds like a buzzsaw. I like that riff. Meow, 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 meow. Great chords. I think they might just be yeah, they octave chords. Not necessarily chords, but just octaves. Got a runny nose, people. Sorry, I'm coming down with a cold. A lot of reverb added onto there. Very spooky. Makes me think of a decrepit, abandoned church. Of course, there's got to be a few floating candles in there too. Actually quite a hard, low, what do you call it, down tempo riff. Little church bell. I assume this is all for like dramatic effect, right? These lot aren't really involved with, you know, I don't even take myself seriously when I say the dark arts and, you know, like actual Luciferian behaviors. Drummer grooving on the bell. Bam, ba, ba, bam, bam, ba, ba, bam. Nice little fade out for a change. First fade out we've had. A nice and slow fade out as well. I like the church bells they've had there. The ding, ding. Very nice, very nice. I wonder if they were real as opposed to sampled. Okay, cool. So that was Absolute Soul, right? What's the next tune entitled? Let it just kick in any moment. Symposium is the next tune we've got. So what I'm going to do is I am going to catch you in 1 second. I've got to go blow my nose, people. So King of the Pit TV, Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia, full record by Dimmu Borgir. We're listening to it. One moment. Yes. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV at There's Rocksteady. First time having a little jam through Dimmu Borgir's full record, Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. That's a lot of big words, that's a lot of syllables. We're nearing the end now. This tune is entitled Symposium, I believe. And I've never listened to this tune before. Let's get straight into it, people. One love. You know what? I think we might have missed a couple of seconds. Here we go. I like the little string sweep, the orchestral sweep into the start of the song there. The riff is evil, but it's so simple. I love the contrast between the incredibly fast double kick and the dum doodle dum. I was even paying attention to how many notes were being played at top, but it was just single note picking, dum doodle dum. But it sounds so full because the drums are just blocking off that entire section. Ooh. Do, 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 do. It sounds like 2000s pop metalcore. Good riff. Yo, them chokes are incredible. Bruh, don't get me started. Don't get me started. I just heard an organic into what I could consider a hardcore riff. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Wow. Is that all we're gonna get at that riff? That riff has got to come back in. That riff is, wow. Got me excited now. Really stretching at these riffs on this one. Kick drum just so precise, just punching through the mix. Are these just filler riffs? This band makes them really good because they don't overuse them, but I would love to hear more chug heavy breakdown riffs off of this band because they do it really well and the production really makes it shine. Badass. That was good. I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that hardcore punk riff. That was sweet. I'm not even gonna. I was gonna sort of put a little bit of a negative spin on that, but thinking back, that into the hardcore punk, I like that a lot. So let's get straight onto this new one. Without further ado, Des Rocksteady. First time listening to the entire record, Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia. This tune is entitled Perfection or Vanity. Last song of the record. What's it gonna be? Let's get into it. It's a slow motion highlight reel riff. Come on. This must be an outro tune then. Just to bookend it, such as the start. This is playing through the speakers as everyone's leaving the room after the set and the encore has finished. Just steady driving, steady driving, steady driving. Giving the orchestra a good job on this one. Come on. Just pure epic headbang, or head bob should I say. I'm sensing a slow fade out. That was Dimmu Borgir, Puritanical Euphoric Misanthropia, my first time listen. Yeah, it was what it was. I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to fill in the gaps, what you can do is click the link. Well, don't click the link anyway, just check out my channel. I've got the rest of the Dimmu Borgir videos. I'm signing out, people.